Normally, I don't cover tech news, but this is something I'm particularly interested given the the implications that it has. Now, you know of a website called CNET. Basically, everybody knows who it is. Well, they've got a specialist on Microsoft issues called Mary Jo Foley. Now, she has obtained some insider information from Microsoft that talks about the Microsoft Managed Desktop program that's going to be coming soon. Essentially, what's happened is Windows 10 hasn't turned a profit, or hasn't really turned the profit that they need it to, because it sucks, and it's awful, and there's a reason why I won't use it, and why I still use Windows 7. So, essentially what they're going to do is now start charging monthly to be able to use the program. So, when you go out and you get a copy of Windows, you're now going to have to pay per month, rather than just paying a one-time fee of ridiculousness. Now, this is all coming out of a section of Microsoft called the Enterprise Mobility and Management. Not only has a big name inside been transferred to the head of that department is now hiring. So it seems like this is very much a real thing that is coming through. However, the one caveat is that this Microsoft Managed Desktop seems to be only going to be targeted for businesses to be used on a monthly fee. But somehow, I really don't feel it's going to be that way. Now, thus far, Microsoft has refused to comment on the situation. They're not saying anything publicly about this, but we can probably expect it to show up in the very near future. The question is, if this works with businesses, how long before it's shifted to consumers? I mean, let's be honest here. If this actually works with businesses, they're going to turn around and they're going to do it to, regular, average, personal users as well. Because, Microsoft's not going to stop there. I mean, if they're already trying to completely dominate the market, they might as well make more money at it. I mean, this is the logic of capital. I mean, there's no getting around this at all. But what's interesting here is exactly what Microsoft is doing. It's accelerating its own obsolescence and introduce new ways for customers to pay for inferior new products. Essentially, what I mean by this is look at Windows 8 and Windows 10. Neither one of them was actually better than Windows 7. Windows 7 is, in my opinion, in the opinion of many others, the best operating system that Microsoft ever produced. Windows 8 was a goddamn abortion. It, in fact, violated your rights so much there had to be a Windows 1.8 in order to conform with EU privacy laws. That's how bad that program was. I even remember the first time I saw it, I was angry at what Windows 8 was. I don't want tablet fucking bullshit on my PC. I want a PC to run like a PC. I don't want it to run like a tablet. I'm sorry, I hate that. It's awful. It shouldn't be that way. It's an abomination. And frankly, Windows 10 isn't really much better. I much prefer Windows 7. But they just keep coming out with a new operating system, even though it's not actually necessary. They don't really need one, and there's not even any significant difference, or except in the case of Windows 8. But in terms of increasing its ability and the quality of the program, there's not really much of a difference. This is a planned obsolescence in a way, and especially considering they got Windows 10 people to upgrade to Windows 10 for free. I mean, this was probably planned out from the beginning. But again, what we're seeing is, again, capitalism deliberately creating an obsolescence in order to make more money. And then, not only that, they're not even giving you a better program to use to begin with. They're giving you crap. And then just pumping it out is always the latest thing. And then they're going to start charging you like a minimum monthly fee to start using it. I mean, it's ridiculous. Somebody really does have to do something about Microsoft. I mean, you can point to Linux, Unix, and all that stuff, but I mean, can it really compete with Windows? Not really. I mean, as much as I support open source software and stuff like that, in the end, it can't actually compete with a capitalist corporation that has massive amounts of capital for research and development that an open source thing really doesn't have. Though while open source is more ideologically palatable than Microsoft, Microsoft still wins in the end because it's still a corporation. And another reason why you can't really take these roundabout ways to avoid capitalism, you have to overthrow it. I mean, if that's the stance that you take, the capitalism must be defeated, then this is just another example of why it has to be. So to Microsoft, I'm glad I never upgraded to your Windows 10. I'm glad I didn't really touch Windows 8 because they were just fucking awful. And to be perfectly honest, you guys are real bastards.
Thank you for watching. If you like this program, then please head over to my Patreon page and set up a monthly donation. It's your donations that keep this program running. Also, if you would like, please rate, comment, subscribe, and share in various social media.